Yadu and the Clever Crow. In a village that slept by a winding river lived a boy named Yadu. Yadu believed that the measure of a boy's worth was the size of his shadow and the size of his crowd of friends. His days were filled with the loud laughter of a dozen boys who followed him from the mango grove to the dusty wrestling pit, their minds full of mischief. Watching from the shade of an ancient banyan tree, the wise elder Chanakya saw the boy's spirit, but also his folly. Yadu. Chanakya's voice was as calm as the river at dawn. He beckoned the boy closer. Listen to the Niti Shastra. It is better to have one wise friend than 100 foolish ones. Quality, not quantity, is the mark of true companionship. Yadu looked from the elder's knowing eyes to his own boisterous friends, and his heart was filled with confusion. The next afternoon, Yadu's friends pointed to a kite, a splash of crimson caught in the highest branches of a thorny acacia tree. "Fetch it, Yadu," they chanted. "We will give you all our sweets." Eager to prove his courage, Yadu agreed, ignoring the small voice of caution that whispered in his ear. The thorns were like tiny daggers, scratching Yadu's arms and legs as he climbed. He paused to look down, but his friends were already distracted, chasing a frog by the riverbank. It was then he noticed he was not alone. A single, dark crow with eyes like polished obsidian landed on a branch nearby. It watched him not with simple curiosity, but with a startling intelligence. Crack! The branch beneath Yadu's feet splintered. He yelped, dangling high above the ground, his heart a frantic drum against his ribs. Below, the laughter of his friends faded as they disappeared around a bend in the river. A cold wave of fear and loneliness washed over him. The clever crow, Vyasa, let out a series of sharp, urgent caws. He launched into the air, a black arrow flying straight for the banyan tree. He circled Chanakya's meditating form, his calls piercing the quiet air until the wise man opened his eyes. Chanakya rose without a word and followed Vyasa. He found Yadu clinging desperately to the broken branch. "Hold on, Yadu." Chanakya's voice was a lifeline. "Look to your left. See the stronger branches? They will hold you." He guided the boy's descent with calm, clear instructions. With trembling limbs, Yadu made his way down. As his feet touched the soft earth, Vyasa landed gracefully on Chanakya's shoulder. The elder smiled, stroking the crow's sleek feathers. Yadu looked around. His 100 friends were nowhere to be seen. As Chanakya cleaned Yadu's scratches with a soothing balm, he said, "Vyasa is a true friend. He saw your trouble and sought help. Your other friends saw only a game." He then taught Yadu a calming breathing practice, Nadi Sodhana, to quiet his racing heart and focus his mind. Yadu finally understood. He began to spend his days not with the reckless crowd, but with the quiet wisdom of Chanakya and the clever companionship of Vyasa. He learned that the greatest treasure is not 100 friends who will lead you into danger, but one wise friend who will guide you back to safety.